Welcome, everybody, to the Steckline Report from the wheat field at the Ponderosa, where the old wheat crop is slow growing. But so's the weather. I still have a jacket on. Stand by. We're going to talk a little bit about this year's wheat crop, because there was a wheat tour going on last week, and they told the world how much Kansas and Oklahoma is going to produce. Stay tuned.
I first got started in the cattle business. My wife and my father-in-law got me into it. I love dealing with the animals and being in the outdoors. At American Ag Credit, I know a lot of them are in the same business that I am. Therefore they understand what I need and what problems I'm against, so they can work with you on it, and it makes it much easier.
It's been passed down to me through the generations, and I want to pass it on down to the next generation or two.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the little red tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Straub International can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horse ranging from 30 to 140, plus an army of attachments, a Farmall can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing, and then some. Visit Straub International, your Case IH dealer at any of our 7 locations, to find a Farmall that's right for you.
Well, friends, the Kansas Wheat Tour, the Oklahoma Wheat Tour all took place a week or so ago, and the figures are out, and the boys on the Board of Trade, they're going nuts. If you watch the market, you can see that they think we're going to have a tremendous crop, even though the Kansas Wheat Tour didn't really say that. In fact, the numbers are like this. From the 2013 Wheat Tour, the Kansas wheat crop's going to be 313.1 million bushels, down from last year's sum. A yield of 41.1 bushels per acre, down about 8 bushels from last year. And guess what, folks? It's still the fourth highest in 10 years. So at first glance, I thought it was good news. And then I looked at it, and guess what? The boys on the Board of Trade think we're going to have a heck of a crop. Well, even the folks on the tour said that they were not sure about a lot of things, especially freeze damage. Freeze damage was just done a day or two before they got there. There's no way to tell if this wheat's going to be hurt for a couple of weeks after temperatures dip below 26 degrees. And it did in much of western Kansas. Now, they said the western 1/3 of the state was going to have yields anywhere from 5 to 15 bushels an acre. Can you believe that? And still come up with a 41 bushel yield. Now, I do know here in this part of the country, in south central Kansas, we've got in north central Oklahoma pretty good wheat. Western Oklahoma's wiped out. In fact, their wheat tour showed 85.8 million bushels is what they're going to grow this year in Oklahoma. Friends, that compares to 154.8 million last year. Absolutely half the crop, all because of drought. And quite a bit of freeze damage in western Oklahoma and in western Kansas, some of which we still are going to find. In the meantime, friends, this old crop's way behind normal. We're looking at least 10 days behind normal. This stuff that I'm at right now isn't even heading out. Many of our fields in this part of the country are just starting to shoot the head. So from this date, they tell us we should harvest in 6 weeks. You can see that puts us in the latter half of June. That's late. Almost a month later than last year. Of course, that was way out of whack, too, because it was way too early. In the meantime, they're working on a farm bill in Washington. The biggest problem we've got back there with the farm bill is crop insurance. We've got some people that are really hell-bent to get the subsidies down on crop insurance. They don't want the government to pay as much as they have. There's good support for it, though, because a disaster program, I can guarantee you, is a hard item to get passed now. And so a lot of the folks that know anything about agriculture do not want to rely on a disaster program to be accomplished. So I think we'll hang tight to what we've got in crop insurance, but you probably ought to talk to your congressmen and senators and give him a little bit of support, because quite honestly, in my opinion, and I think yours true if you look at this farm bill that they're talking about, the only thing that it's worth writing down on paper is the crop insurance portion. The rest of it, throw it in the trash. We don't want it. They shouldn't even put it out. That's my opinion as a farmer now. And if they got crop insurance, they can trash the whole thing. I don't think they're going to do it, though, friends. But there's a big push to get her done. Stay tuned. I'll keep you informed.